Do you tend to find a lot of antique furniture in the thrift shops lately? I don't, but on this trip I hit the jackpot. This shop is a couple blocks down from the feed store where we pick up our chicken feeds, so if I'm running that errand and have a little bit of extra time, I go in. These old wooden desk chairs draw me like a moth to a flame, even though I already have one and I don't need another one, but it's so pretty. And if you see my son, he crossed in front of me because he was making a beeline to something, but I was distracted by this chair. I love the shape of it, and that fabric just makes it stand out. Quinn was headed for were the typewriters. These have actually been in the shop for months. I had filmed video of them before, but my camera was twisted wrong and it wasn't usable. I'm curious because the carriages on these are way wider than anything I've seen before. At $269 for the one and what was it, $199 for the other, these do not seem to be going anywhere fast. That seems like a lot, especially not knowing if they even work. Here's a really pretty antique dresser. It's seen a lot of love and wear over the years, but it's a style that I like, and $79.99, it's not terrible. Something has gone wrong with this one. You can tell from the drawers on the top that it's old, but you would think the fact that the two bottom drawers are missing would strip it of most of its value. My daughter says she's been seeing where people are using old dressers with the drawers removed to make animal cages, so maybe there is hope for this. It was pretty once upon a time. And there goes Quinn looking for something else that he saw before I did. He is not going to stop reminding me until I buy him his own steamer trunk that I owe him one. I bought one for my daughter, I bought one for my oldest son, and Quinn is next in line. But this was not the day when I had room in the car, so none of these came home with us, despite his efforts to convince me otherwise. The perfect one is out there. And this one actually, that shiny exterior made me think it was new, but if you look at the lining, it's older than I thought it was. And $40 isn't the worst price ever. Really pretty flip top. Is that a desk or a dresser or a secretary? Someone who knows more about furniture than I do, let me know. I kind of wonder if since there were so many antiques in the shop on this one day, if they all came from the same estate, possibly. They never have this much furniture that is this old and pretty. And I just love the little wood trim pieces on this desk. And the globe. Something about these, and they just fascinate me. I'd love to find one of the ones that is a bar because I'm pretty sure you could repurpose that into sewing storage. If I find one, I'm definitely going to try it if the price is right. I see a little milk glass on that shelf, and even from here, I am pretty sure it is that vase that is in every thrift store everywhere. And I was in a hurry, so I didn't go any closer to investigate that because I was going to take a peek and see if they had any craft supplies. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This is the shop where I did that sitting on the floor and digging through all the cross-stitch magazines video right before the pandemic struck. I'm sure that there is some interesting yarn in there, but I don't have the time or the patience or the enthusiasm to dig through it. This skein right here, I don't know exactly what that is, but it's not craft store yarn. I have a hunch that it's something good, but good for what? I'm not entirely sure, and it looks like it might be a task to untangle it. Like I said, not what I'm looking for today. And the rest of the craft section was just empty. I did find a couple of skeins of yarn that were either yarn shop stuff or higher end craft shop stuff, but nothing I couldn't live without. I don't knit with chenille. I will never knit with chenille again, and I have to keep aggressively reminding myself of that fact. Because it's easy to forget when you see a pretty color and the yarn feels soft. No zippers, no pamphlets, nothing fun. This was pretty, and I have a hunch it's very vintage, if not antique. I could think of absolutely no excuse to bring that home and incorporate it into my life, but I definitely enjoyed looking at it. This is Wiggles and Wags or something like that. They're characters I very, very vaguely remember having on my lunchbox in the first grade, and I was going to come home and look it up, but I forgot. The rubber stamps hang out with the stationery stuff, which is at totally the other end of the store from the crafts. Usually those are together. And I was trying to remember where I saw that doll in the cow print dress before, but yeah, she was here at the same store and made it into an earlier video. Now I'm going to add a snippet from a thrifting trip with my mom a couple of weeks ago because I have no place else to put it, and I have to show you these quilts. These are patterns I know that I know the name of that, but I can't remember it. These were really nice, really well done little quilts at great prices, and this, Mom and I both fell in love with it. I've seen lots of quilts where they took all the fruit prints and vegetable prints and pieced them together, but whoever made this quilt had used hand quilting to outline all of the different fruits. And it was only $6.99, and it was the size of a lap throw, and my mother and I both regret not buying it. I think I'm going to pop back in later this week just to make sure it isn't still there, because if it's still there, I might very much need to save the stitches. Compared to the prices of those unfinished quilt tops I found at a different thrift store a while back, these were very affordable. Doesn't value the quilter's work, but it makes them possible for somebody to take them home and love them, or makes it easier. Let me know what you think. I'll be back with more videos.